Boom! Coming in hot, Chinch. How we doing, brother?
Dude,
What's going on?
coming in hot on a still riding the wave from our boy Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Pirates manager.
Shelty. Yeah, Shelty was great, man. Derek Shelton. That was a great. If you haven't seen it, go back to yesterday's episode and check it out, man. Really, really good. Just getting into the mind of a big league manager, how they look at things, the personnel. I love how we said the Pirates, are first in sack flies and bunts and stolen base, all tops in those categories because they're playing to their personnel. Just getting in his mind was really cool, man. What a
Yeah,
great interview.
yeah, super cool, dude. So let's go Debbie Downer after that. Darn it, Jacob DeGrom, Tommy John, man,
Dude,
killer.
I feel so bad for him, man. Like I think the one thing when we saw him sign for 5 years, 185, I guess the one thing you think of is 33, 34 years old. In the last few years here, he's really been, nicked up as far as injuries go. And would he be able to hold up? And it turns out, no. I mean, so having the second UCL surgery, I believe he had the first one in 2010. So it's lasted a long time. I think the numbers aren't great for after your second UCL surgery. I believe it's only 25 to 30% of the guys come back.
Mm.
So, but guys have, like Nathan Eovaldi out there in Texas has come back from his second one and done well. So not saying he can't do it, and he will do it, but it's 21 months coming back from your second UCL instead of a year.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I feel bad for him, man. At the end of the day, like, in his press conference, he was choked up. You could tell he was really shaken by the news, probably knowing, Chinch, how long of a road it is to come back. He's already done it once. To do it a second time's a lot. And to also, man, the Rangers are right in the mix. Eovaldi's
yeah.
one of the best pitchers in the league. Jonathan Gray's done great. That lineup's been incredible. And they're in first place. They're almost 20 games above 500. And it's a great team to be on right now. And I think DeGrom just feels that, man, I want to be a part of that. I don't want to be injured. I don't want to have to rehab for the next 2 years. And, it's a very frustrating time. So very frustrated for him. Stu thinks so, too.
Yeah, Stu's frustrated too. He just got in this. He's very bummed out. He's a Mets fan with Jess. Two things on this. One, and listen, I think you nailed it perfectly. I feel so bad for him because first of all, he's awesome, busted his
Yeah.
butt. Let's not forget. Let's go back in the day. It was Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, and this guy was like the number three, and all he did was just keep his mouth shut and throw 100, and he rode that wave with the Mets, and top 10 right now. He's been number one on the list, one or two for the last 4 or 5 years. So I do feel bad for him. I like how you said that because it's the human first before you get into the X's and
Right.
O's of the game. Second part, though, I gotta say, dude, buyer beware with pitching. Buyer beware with pitching. I mean, look, knock on wood for the Yankees. They got Garrett Cole. You look at all the guys who signed these deals. Man, Strasburg, dude, he might never pitch again. Hundreds of millions of dollars they gave him, and I appreciate it because it was a reward for all the hard work he had done over his career. But that's the other thing, and the sidebar to that is like, you can't trust your pitching. You cannot have enough pitching on a roster. That's why I don't draft pitchers in my fantasy baseball leagues. Honestly, I go all hitting, and I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty good this week because you never know what you're getting. And I hate to say it, but that's the nature of the game these days. It wasn't like that. It wasn't really like this when you played, man. Guys hung in there a little longer. I think.
Guys, dude, it was.
You
It
think?
was, man. I mean, I don't think this is a natural motion, dude.
Right.
For everything has to work so efficient, and your shoulders got to be so strong, and your back, and your lats, and your legs, for this motion, it's just not. It's
Yeah,
not
right
a.
there.
It's not a natural motion. I just think that UCL takes a lot of pressure. These guys are throwing harder than ever. Dr. Kremchek, dude, who did my shoulder twice, is one of the best UCL doctors in the world, dude. I mean, tons of teams, they go to Kremchek out there. Dude, he's seeing more UCL surgeries now with 12 and 13 and 14-year-old kids because everyone's, trying to throw hard. Everyone's throwing these curveballs. Like the body wasn't meant to do that. And so I think eventually, I almost think I'd like to know the numbers. I don't know what they are, but they
Yeah.
have to be. It has to be very, very high if you're a pitcher 90% of them are getting serious, whether it's a shoulder or UCL surgery at some point in their career. I would have to think.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you said about how hard these guys throw now. Now, there's a template, right? First of all, look at Justin Verlander. He's still pitching. He's still going. He might be a little banged up now, but he's in his 40s. So that's 40-year-old body rather than... Now, here's the thing. Think about when you played. You were facing guys. Let's do Smoltz. 94, 94, 94 for your first 2 at-bats. 8th inning, what did you see from Smoltz?
97.
98, 99. But you didn't see that all game. He always, Smoltz is a good example. I mean, he's a pitching genius, and he's obsessed over it, and he's one of the greatest of all time. He always used to say, like, stress innings. Just have 6 stress fastballs in your arsenal. But you don't got to be it's like driving a car. You have a car with a really nice engine. You could have a Ferrari. If you have your pedal to the metal the entire time, you're going to hurt the car, I believe. And I think what a lot of these guys are doing nowadays, they're hurting the car. Like, there's only so much you have. You even think about playing first base. There were some days where you're like, I might only have like 3 or 4 in me today. You know what? Right? It's just the nature of the game.
Dude, my shoulder, like, I remember my son Jake this year going, Dad, I think I did something to my shoulder. It's killing me. I go, no, it's called tendonitis, dude.
Yeah.
It's called tendonitis. It's too much throwing. It's even thrown between innings. Chinch. It was like, there was so many times I'm like, oh my gosh, my shoulder. But like these pitchers, and you wonder, are they, like I saw an interview with Nathan Eovaldi last night on MLB Tonight. And, his numbers have been incredible, amazing. Pitcher of the month, one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. And they were talking about he's going deep into games, too. He's the best pitcher in the league third time around the order. Oh, right? Interesting. Yeah. And what they were saying was, and he was saying kind of what you're saying. He's like, I'm trying to save pitches because I'm trying to, the third time around, I want to pitch them a little different than I did the first 2 times around. So he's really pitching. But they were also talking about the Rangers' philosophy, and this is credit to Chris Young in the front office, is he gets an extra day off. I'm wondering, I don't know if they're going a 6-man rotation or there's something where he's like, that extra day off has really helped me a lot to be ready to go when my turn comes. And look at the Rangers pitching, dude. Maybe they're doing something right as far as that goes. So, man, what is the answer, Pinch? Everybody is looking for that magic. Is it 100 pitches? Is it 2 times through the order? Is it max effort for 5 innings and go to the pen? Is it control yourself and have that stress inning where you need 96, 97, 98 to blow a couple guys out in a big situation on the third time around the lineup? I just think that's if you could answer that, bro, you'd be the genius of baseball, because for years and years and years, people are trying to figure out, how do we keep pitchers healthy? How do we keep them on the field and not UCL surgeries and shoulder surgeries? And that's what you're seeing nowadays is, how do we keep these guys healthy?
Yeah, I'll go back to another one of our Hall of Fame buddies and name drop, Pedro Martinez. He has said this on the record, but I've talked to him about it very specifically. Every year, dude, when he became a veteran, couple weeks right around All-Star break, there's a hammy or there's a quad, and he literally would go on the DL for go on like a 2-week DL, quote unquote, hurting his hammy or hurting his quad, because he would pace himself. So he would do that somewhere either a little before or a little after the All-Star break, and only pitch maybe 2 or 3 times over the course of that month in the dog days of summer. And hey, man, one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the game. And these are the guys that I'm saying, like, it's just a generational thing, maybe. Like, if you're not max effort, you're not working hard enough. You'll say, how about this? Line drive to the first baseman. You're not sprinting to first base in that at bat. That doesn't make you lazy. It's like, hey, I got 3 more at bats and I got 162 games. Sometimes I can't run into a wall for a foul ball. Sometimes I can't, run out a pop-up and try to get to second base every time, because you're going to hurt yourself, I think.
Well, that's the reason I got thrown out from left field, Chicks. I thought it was you don't hustle out a line out. Yeah, I lined out the third. I thought I was out. I was like, oh, I'm out. But turns out I wasn't. But, I'm kind of kidding around there. But it is true. There's certain times you got to pick your points. Dude, I go back to Robinson Cano. How many times did everybody crush Robinson Cano? He ground out the second. He's lazy. But guess what? Is he lazy or is he smart?
Yeah.
This guy's playing 162, bro.
Every
night.
Every year.
So you're getting production for Robinson Cano of 25 home runs. He's driving in 100 runs. He's hitting over 300. He's playing every night. And we're bitching and moaning because he's jogging at first. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. There's no one. The stress on the body, dude. Like even me, I have so many injuries. I broke both feet. I have a knee surgery. I broke my pelvic bone, pelvic fracture. I broke my back at a play at first base, orbital fracture, 2 shoulder surgeries, broke my thumb, tore all the cartilage in my wrist, tore my calf many a times, hamstrings, quads. I went on the DL for the hip flexor in Boston. Like, this is a grueling sport as far as 162 and 180 games, having to, go move quickly, first step quick. And dude, check the box scores, Chinch. I've been noticing this lately, and I'm sure you have too. I go to check the box score the other day, like Jake Fraley. I like Jake Fraley, with the Reds. He's become a buddy of mine. I like to check the box score and see if what he did. Dude, he's getting a day off every week or 2 days off. Like this is how the teams are doing it nowadays. They're not playing these guys 162. That's Dansby Swanson. These guys are just they're unicorns. The guys are playing 162, and I think it goes back to the Golden State Warriors a few years ago saying, "Hey, listen, we're going to rest Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Thompson and these guys because we want them over the long haul. We're trying to win an NBA championship. We're not necessarily trying to burn these guys out and have them have a great regular season." So I just think in professional sports nowadays, Chinch, times are changing. How do we keep pitchers on the field? How do we keep position players on the field? Look at Byron Buxton, dude. Byron Buxton is the best center fielder in the game. He's now a DH. Well, why is he a DH? Because we want him on the field.
Correct.
And come August and September, we'll put him back out in center field because we value his bat so much.
This is a perfect segue to Aaron Judge going on a DL, okay?
Exactly.
Ran straight through a wall. Now this is here. There's a great comp to this in my head. I remember Larry Boa saying this once about keeping yourself healthy and picking your spots. But so of course everybody's seeing it. It's a great video. He ran through the freaking wall, which is awesome, and that's just the effort and the type of the way this guy plays. Dude, you played with Ken Griffey Jr., man. If Ken Griffey Jr. didn't try to run directly through walls for the first part of his career, how much longer would he play? However, this is where it gets a little convoluted because the athleticism comes in and it's just, this is what I learned. This is how I play the game. So it's very interesting. You can't, to tell Ken Griffey Jr. or tell Aaron Judge, hey, don't run through that wall. That is the site that now we're getting into the mental mindset of being an athlete or in anything you do, right?
Dude. Well, what do you say? Hey, when you try not to get injured, you're going to get injured.
Yeah.
Dude, I really believe when Junior came to Cincinnati, that first year, 270, 280, 40 bombs, 120 ribbies. The next year at spring training, he's rounding third base. Never forget it, dude. Looked like he got shot. His hamstring rolled up like a blind, dude. It was the first time anyone had ever had a hamstring, complete tear of the hamstring, and he got it tacked down and no one had ever seen that surgery before. But I truly believe Ken Griffey Jr. played harder than anybody else, especially out there in center field, the way he crashed into walls. Remember, he broke his wrist, dude, one time.
Sick play.
Broke his wrist over the fence. It's just the body's wear and tear at some point. Look at Grady Sizemore. I think back. Grady Sizemore was one of the best.
Aaron Rowan. Remember Aaron Rowan?
Aaron Rowan into the wall. But like Grady Sizemore, dude, for a 7-year period, one of the best players in the game. He played so hard though his body eventually couldn't take it. Nope. So I guess like even Bryce Harper last year with the UCL injury, he had to go to DH. But dude, he almost won the MVP.
Right.
Because his bat is so valuable. Right. So it's just a great conversation. And like I said, dude, it's the magic. Nobody has the magic pill, the magic answer. If they did it, there would be a certain thing. And I think that's what some of the old school people are.
If you had that magic thing, you'd be on Jeff Bezos' yacht right now.
No, dude, you kidding me? We'd be billionaire. We'd be making money on this podcast if we had it. magic pill.
Yeah. Anyway, dude, that's fascinating. I'm glad we kind of went down a little bit of a different rabbit hole here, but I think it was a great conversation. Yeah. I think it's, there's so much other news. Maybe we'll get to it tomorrow.
But the last thing on Aaron Judge.
Go.
Yeah, dude. Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. You love him because of the way he plays the game. He has value in the outfield because he's such a good outfielder. That play might have even saved the game in L.A. So, what you're gonna have to tell Aaron Judge not to go all out?
No way.
It ain't happening, dude. It ain't happening.
No, really fascinating stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's what, again, man. Mental mindset really plays into anything you do, especially into these things. So, good stuff, man.
Exactly.
All right, what do you got going on today? Anything big?
No, not a ton, dude. I'm just kind of enjoying myself. I don't have much going on this week, which I kind of like. I'm going Friday. I'm going to see Jake. Is playing, he's playing for Orleans in the Cape.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a workout at Fenway Park on Friday.
No way.
So I'm excited. Maybe I'll do the show in the stands from Fenway Park on Friday.
Please do.
Yeah.
Are you going to take some swings or no?
No, but I
get one over. You got to get one ball over that green monster. You never.
I know I do. You know what I am thinking though? I am thinking about playing in that alumni game versus Savannah Bananas on September 2nd.
No way.
You got to come down, dude. You got to come. If I do, you got to come down.
I have to, dude.
It's the weekend. Sick. It's September 2nd, I believe. It's the Major League Baseball alumni versus the Savannah Bananas in Savannah.
Oh, you have to play.
I think I'm going to do it. I got to start training though, bro. I got to start training.
Dude,
man.
You do, man. I played that softball game. It's like somebody shot. You talk about. I had I had double leg Ken Griffey Juniors when I'm playing 3 games of softball on Long Island. You better start getting on that treadmill, getting that cold tub.
I'm going to start now. Right here, bro. I'm ready. I got a bat right here ready to go.
There we go. Do it.
This thing feels like an oak tree. Back in the day, I used to swing this thing so easy right now.
So funny. Unbelievable. All right, bro. Good day, good week. Coming up, we're going to get after it.
All right, bro. Chingy, have a great rest of the day. Everybody out there, appreciate you listening. We'll see you mañana.